What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Boozer here, thanks for stopping by. Today's video we are on the test server here, so thank you Plarium for allowing us access. And in this video we will be showcasing my favorite turtle from my childhood, and that's going to be the leader of the Ninja Turtles, Leonardo. Jumping into the index here, he is a Shadowkin champion. And there he is, Leonardo. He's a Void Affinity defense-based damage dealer. Looking at his base stats here, 1600 base defense. Extremely good base defense here. One of the highest non-mythical base defenses in the game, 1600 plus. 101 base speed basically puts his speed in line with his other turtles. None of them are particularly fast. None of them are particularly slow. You kind of expect them to be a little bit faster because they're ninjas, but maybe because they're big, bulky turtles, they're not super fast. He does come with a 63% crit damage for the extra crit damage for the damage builds. Looking at his aesthetics, I mean, he looks awesome. He has all the tools in his arsenal strapped around his body here. He's got ninja stars. He's got the sword. Got some kind of little hook thing on a chain here. Pretty nice. Very cool aesthetics here. Looking super mean here. Anyways, let's check out his kit here real quick. He has a very nice kit, and he's kind of a pseudo faction unity champion, except it's more so, I would say it's more so a partner champion, but the other champions that he partners with don't get any benefits, so but he only gets the benefit. It's kind of weird. But anyways, his A1 New York Slice. Attack one enemy 2 times. When counterattacking, will repeat this attack against a random enemy. So it's 2 hit on one and then it's 2 hit on another. Will ignore 3% of the target's defense for each buff on this champion, up to 15%. So 5 buffs on him gives him 15% ignore defense on his A1. That's pretty nice. A1, the random attack is actually quite good, quite difficult to play around. His A2 here, Shell, yeah, 5 turn cooldown, books down to 3 turns with 2 books only, places a increased defense on all allies and ally protection on all allies, and then places unkillable and counterattack on this champion. So he self buffs himself with increased defense, also providing himself with unkillable as well, and then counterattack to let him take advantage of his A1. Very powerful. He also buffs himself 4 times, so he's instantly going to get 12% ignore defense on his A1. Pretty nice bunch of buffs here. More buffs than, for example, Skull Crusher's counterattack ability, but in this case, only placing counterattack on himself. The A3 here, turtles together. So now this is the big turtle unity champion bonus that he has. 4 turn cooldown, books down to 3 turns with 4 books, 3 books into damage, 30% damage there. So you know big damage is coming from this ability. Attacks all enemies. The damage inflicted by the skill increases by 5% for each buff on all allies and enemies. Now that's a big one, guys. All allies and all enemies. There is no cap on this. It can be absolutely absurd. He already buffs himself 4 times here, so that gives himself 20% buff just from himself, and then he's also playing increased defense and the ally protection on your whole team. So he's going to get significantly more buffs, more percentage, and that's only on your own team, not including your enemies. And then he has removes all buffs from all enemies if this attack kills an enemy. So if he kills somebody, he's going to strip the enemy of all their buffs after the enemy has provided him with the damage boost, and then this effect cannot be resisted, so no accuracy is needed. Now let's check out the unity bonuses here. 1 turtle ally. So if you have 1, we'll ignore 15% of each target's defense for each Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael on the team. So it does not include this champion. So if you have 3 of them, that's 45% ignore defense on this ability. If you have 2 turtle allies, increase the damage dealt by this skill in proportion to this champion's missing HP. That works really well with the unkillable buff, of course, so he could be at literally 1 HP. So you would have increased defense ignore as well as increased damage from the missing HP. And then 3 turtles allies. If you have the whole team, activate this skill whenever an ally's HP drops below 50%, occurs once per skill. So if one of your teammates get hit, then he is going to be blasting them with this AoE. And then finally, the passive here, Heroes in a Half Shell, places a stone skin buff on this champion for 1 turn each time this champion's HP drops below 50%. And then he has the same passive effect as his Turtle Brothers, where he joins in on the attack. Now, this is pretty insane. There's no cooldown on it, so he can obviously go down to 50% and then bounce back over 50% and then have it trigger again. So this can be really, really strong. Now this stone skin that he places on himself is not the same one that comes with the set. The stone skin can be removed through damage or by stripping it. The stone skin on the set has the 50% kind of protection against getting removal. So it's a little bit different. It's not as strong, but it's still super, super good. And then his aura, 33% defense in all battles. So he gets a little bit more damage boost if you want. And lastly, let's take a look at his multipliers here for his skills. So we see here, New York Slice is A1. It's a god-like ability. It's 1.7 by defense, 2 hits, so it's 3.4 by defense. The thing is, he has really high defense, 1600, so it scales up really well. And he has 20% damage from books. And he has ignore defense as well. So his A1's super strong. And then his Turtle Unity attack here, it's going to be a 3.4 by defense attack. Now 3.4 on an AoE is not particularly strong, but that's not including how many buffs he's getting from basically the entire fight. And then, of course, he gets 30% damage from all his books. And he gets additional ignore defense and additional damage from having turtles on the team and having HP lost. So the total damage rating on this is a godlike ability on his A3. So looking pretty good as a damage dealer. Let's jump into my Leonardo build. We'll talk about it a little bit, and then we'll take him into some content and see how well he performs. All right, guys. So this is my Leonardo. I put my best defense gear on him. He is going to be showcasing a arena build right now. Obviously in arena, stone skin's very, very important. Now I would say for Leonardo, maybe it's slightly less important because he can take a hit from his passive, but starting off with a stone skin set does allow him to be protected from getting hard CC'd, for example. So I think we'll start him off with this kind of build first. So stone skin 4-piece, and then we have a 4-piece lethal set as well here. You could use savage or instinct as well for a damage build. Total stats here, 48k HP, 257 speed, 272 crit damage, 8.1k defense. No accuracy is required on his build. Obviously you want 100% crit rate, as high crit damage as you can, and good defense and good speed whenever you can get it. Now, the defense is really easy to stack up on Leonardo because he has such high base defense. So any kind of defense percentage stat you have on his gear is going to go a long way. Keep in mind, my Leonardo has no blessing as well, has no relics. So any kind of blessing you can put on him will definitely elevate this build a bit. In terms of overall bookings, we got 3, 5, and then 4 here. So that's total of 9 books. Very reasonable. Definitely worth booking out because he gets a lot of damage from his books, and obviously the cooldown reduction is very, very huge. I can show you guys the pieces here. Some pretty good pieces here. Double speed, double crit rate. We got a defense, crit damage, speed, crit rate. So perfect piece here. And then we got perfect piece shield. This glove is absolutely insane for a defense-based damage dealer. And unfortunately, no speed, but otherwise very good. Really nice defense-based chest here is a mythical piece as well. And then we have a boot here for a lot of extra damage, missing the crit damage on the boot. Stone skin accessories, not too crazy here. I got a 5-star amulet, unfortunately, so missing a bit of crit damage. This is the best ring I have, and then this is the best defense-based banner I have on my entire Shadowkin account. In terms of masteries, there's a couple things here for those masteries that could be interesting to note. The first thing here, we take Helm Smasher for additional ignore defense. That's pretty standard for a nuker. Of course, you take all the damage masteries here. But the big thing I think Leonardo is, you could argue going for a defense tree or a support tree. If you go defense tree, you just go for the plus defense and down to his counterattacks, which can be very strong. His A1 is very powerful. However, if you go down to the support, you can pick up a little bit of healing here. You can pick up some extra turn meter. Psycho Magic gives you some extra AoEs. And then this is a really big one, Lasting Gifts. Lasting Gifts can give you a potential extra turn on the stone skin that he places. Also, of course, he places 4 buffs himself, so you get quite a bit of value from the Lasting Gifts. And of course, his damage is boosted by how much buffs is on him, so having this is going to be very, very helpful. Now, Life Drinker is another thing. So healing is really important for Leonardo. Once he gets under 50%, he's going to have stone skin. If you have a chance to heal him up, whether he can heal himself up or if you have a teammate that can heal him up, he can get back over 50% HP. And then if he gets hit again under 50% HP, he can apply stone skin again. So a little bit of healing here wherever you can take it is really, really nice. So these are the masteries I got on my Leonardo. We'll test him out in his base form with no blessings here and see how well he performs against some of the content. And then we'll bring him back and juice him up and see how well he can perform afterwards. All right, so just a quick damage test here against the dragon. All right, let's set this up. AoE decrease defense and weaken. We do have 3 buffs on. We do have the stone skin. Let's start with no increased defense, just kind of a base hit here with the AoE. See what he does on 1-time speed. 120, 150, 140. So pretty decent with only 3 buffs on. Let's try again. Okay, so we're setting up again. This time we will apply increased defense and all the buffs. Let's see how many buffs he has now. He's going to have 5 buffs. Lydia A1, and then Leo's going to come in here. Again, this ability will have his damage going up by 5% for each buff anywhere. So right now there is 5 on him and 4 on Lydia. So that's going to be 45 extra percent damage. Let's see how this one hits. Oh, it's going to be massive. 200. So I saw 200k there already. Let's reset. All right, AoE decrease defense. Let's test his A1 right now. So his A1 double hit when counterattacking will repeat this attack against random ally. We'll ignore 3% of the target's defense for each buff on this champion. So right now he has 3 buffs, so ignore 9% defense. Hit 55, 41. Very solid A1. All right, this time we're going to bring a full team here. So there's more buffs being applied, and we're going to go crazy with the amount of buffs here. Let's see what happens. Set this up. See how many buffs we can get here. Plus attack. Strengthen. Okay, here we go. So Leo has 2, 4, 6, 8 on himself. I mean, there's 8 on him. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 7. So 8, 15. 15 plus 18 is 33 buffs. So that's going to give this attack 33 by 5, 165% additional damage. Let's see how we do on 1-time speed. And yeah, 340k damage against the minion at the far left there. I mean, pretty insane. And we dropped all of them, or 3 of them. So yeah, pretty impressive hit there from Leo. Again, a base blessing Leo. His damage is definitely there, even without a team with his turtle brother. So let's take him into the arena and see how well we can do against some of the teams in there. All right, so we're going to take the speed team here. We got the Terminator boost plus defense, and then we have another Terminator boost, and we have lockout champion. So this time we won't be using the A2 to self buff ourselves. We have Sifi for the increased defense, and we're just going to go in and try to smack some teams with his A3 and see how well it performs. Let's go. Come on. So far, really impressed with Leonardo here. Again, no blessings on him, so a lot of stats on the table. Let's see how well we can perform here. We're going to go buff up. Okay, lock out. Let's see how many buffs we have. I'm not going to petrify. Not going to petrify here. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 buffs. So 13 by 5 is 65% damage boosting on this attack. Let's slow it down for the cameras, and no decreased defense or weaken. And boom, 100k roughly. 100k there on the Warlord, about 90k on the Sifi, and everybody goes down in a single swipe. Obviously, in a speed team, it's going to be really nice if you go first, and then he hits hard enough to take care of the enemy team in a pretty standard kind of team here. Like, we just have a Terminator booster, you know, a lockout, he got a turn and then just took him out. So he's pretty easy to generate some high damage numbers with, because he just generates off of buffs, and not just your own buffs, but everybody's buffs. So it's really solid. All right, let's jump in here against Ian's team. Let's have a look. I'm going to go first. 1-time speed. Same kind of situation here. So let's see. We're going to go first. Burns off. Lock out. And Leo gets a turn here. 2, 4, 12. So we got 4 times 4. So that's 16. So 16 by 5. Going to be plus 80% damage on his AoE here. Let's see if he can get the job done. 1-time speed, and boom, 120, 156k against the Fabian. Yeah, some pretty crazy numbers. So definitely a very, very strong damage dealer just for like generic speed teams. He's void affinity as well, which is awesome. That's what you want from your damage dealers. So really, really impressed. He is on 0 stars as well. Scales up very, very nicely. All right, let's take him in against this team. This time we're fighting against a Leonardo here. He's also paired up with a Donatello, which means he's going to get the extra 15% ignore defense boost. And let's see how he responds against an enemy CP as well. So CP can buff up his team, giving more damage to both Leonardos. Let's see what happens here. Take it off the auto. Okay, so CP goes first. We cut in with our Fabian. We can lock him out, hopefully. And we do reduce all of the buffs almost. We got our turn meter boosting. He's going to take his turn now. Furion here. All right, so now it's our Leo's turn to attack 2-4. So 12, 17 buffs on our side and +1 on his side. So total 18 buffs. This time we got plus 90% damage on his A3. No turtle boost, nothing like that. And we're up against another Leonardo. So his Leonardo we have to be a little bit worried about, because if we get him under 50% HP, he's going to put Stone Skin on himself. So we have to be careful about that. But let's see what happens. Oh, we actually just straight up killed the Leonardo. Okay, so maybe his passive only works if he survives the hit. But if you one-shot him, he still dies. So there's no chance of placing Stone Skin. Okay, that's really interesting. Wow, that's really interesting, actually. Kind of surprised that happened. And I guess Arman's survived because of Donatello's passive, because Arman's is the highest in the turn order for his team. Otherwise, it would have just been a straight one-shot on his whole team. Interesting. Okay, that's really interesting. So that means Leo cannot survive a one-shot. Would it be worth it to maybe give him some kind of relic that can allow him to survive? Just trying to think about that. So that means Stone Skin on him is definitely very, very important. So yeah, Lethal Stone Skin would probably definitely be the recommended build for him for Arena, so that he can get a turn and not fully rely on his passive. Super cool. I mean, so far, yeah, super impressive stuff. Let's see how he does against this team. We can't bring Sulfuron, unfortunately. Let's bring Freya in here and see what we do. This is going to be a high buff team. But let's see what happens here. So he goes first. Oh, we're gonna get locked out. Oh no. Okay, this is not gonna work out for us here. Yeah, this is definitely not gonna work out. Probably gonna get blasted here. Let's see how we perform in a go second situation. We do get the Stone Skin, but then we had it removed right away by the duration decrease. So yeah, definitely not super viable there. You know what? Freya would be helpful if Freya actually had some gear on. Okay, I'm back for more. I geared up my Freya. Actually, I went in with no gear. She does have a supersonic set, so probably we can cut in, maybe. Let's see what happens here. But yeah, this is going to be a fight where there's going to be a lot of buffs. So we do cut in here with the Fabes. Lock them out. We got that going on. CP comes in with the Termir boost, and then we got increased defense already. So let's go for the shield here. Why not? The big shield. Okay, we're protected. Everything is great. Oh my. Okay, here we go. Leo's got the big slam coming up here. We got 2, 4, 6, 6 hits, 6 buffs on his side, and we got 7, 11, 16 on our side. So 16 plus 6 is 22, 110% boost on his A3. Let's see the smack here. See this big smack in 1-time speed. And boom, 378k against the Fabian. And we broke through the Marichka Stone Skin there. Really, really nice. I think and at this point we can kind of take control of the fight. I think I think that's the case here. But let's see. We have to kill this Marichka. See what we can do here. Marichka. Can we kill her with the A1? Let's see here. We got increased defense. Yes. Went in. Smack, smack. 38 and 37. the turn meter boost here. I'm going to turn meter boost here. His Fabian is in supersonic as well. Shut down the Sifi. Shut down the Fabes. Oh no, now we get locked out and feared. Oh, what a turnaround. We do got the stone skin here to save our bacon. Oh no. Gotta kill this guy off. A little bit interesting. The stone skin prevented Fabian's fear from landing on Leo. So, it kind of guarantees that he gets a little bit of a turn, which is kind of nice. Okay, we got the stone skin back. Crazy stuff here. Crazy stuff happening. Oh man, it's getting a little bit tight. Let's see if we can kill Sifi. No, we can't. Gotta shut her down there. Ah, that was pretty close. That was pretty close there. Really close. It seemed like we had it in control, and then that Fabian got snuck in a turn and then just shut down our entire team. Yeah, that was really close. This is a pretty good defense, of course. 7 trophies here from this guy. But yeah, Leonardo, pretty impressive so far. The healing is definitely just massive on him. So any kind of healing would be really good. I'm even thinking about maybe putting like the elixir as a relic on him. Could make him really, really strong as well. The extra 10% heal. But yeah, pretty good showcase there with the lethal and stone skin build. Let's jump in and change up his build here. And we're going to use a merciless build and see how well he performs in Hydra. So we got Leo here. We swapped him out for a 9-piece merciless set. The total stats on him are not as good as the lethal stone skin set, but we do get a bit of a stat bonus here from the Hydra bonuses. So 313 crit damage, 273 speed, 6.3k defense. He is a base blessing Leonardo. And yeah, we'll put him in Hydra and see how well he performs. All right, guys, let's use him in this kind of crazy team here. We got Sulfurion for the HP burn revive. We got Duchess here to handle the Head of Torment. She also brings a bunch of buffs as well. We got Lydia for decreased defense weaken, and she's also bringing the Hex. We got Wixwell here as well for some buffs and the provoke. And then we have Marius here versus Leonardo. My Marius is in a 6-star Crushing Ren build. Now, he is decked out in a 9-piece Merciless set as well, so it's very similar to Leonardo's build, although obviously the 6-star gives him a huge bit of extra stats. Mainly the crit damage here is a little bit faster, but very similar otherwise. Let's see if Leonardo can actually keep up with this 6-star Marius. We are on Nightmare difficulty, so Marius will be at his best. Let's see if this run actually works on full auto. We got 2 revivers here. We got a bunch of protected buffs. Let's see if it can go to distance for 1,000 turns. Obviously, it can be a little bit sketchy with the counterattacks and stuff being stolen. So we got Marius here at 153 million damage. We got Leo here at 57 million. This didn't go the distance. Let's queue it up again and see if it can do a little bit better. Let's try again. Now this one went the distance, went 1,000 turns. We did 420 million damage. Leo putting in 100 million damage. So Marius doing 235 million damage. So Leo by himself, obviously no real contender against Marius here. Of course, Marius does have the 6-star Crushing Ren boost versus a base blessing Leo. Leo definitely no slouch here in terms of overall damage as well. And of course, he doesn't have any of his turtle brothers with him. Let's move on. Let's juice him up and let's see what we can do with a fully maxed out Leonardo. All right, here we go. We got Leonardo here. We're going to juice him up all the way to 6 stars. Obviously, this is going to match that Marius in terms of power. Let's do it. Let's do it up. Boom, 6-star Leonardo here. We're going to go with Crushing Rend for some more ignore defense. And that will be the way to go for Leonardo. Blessing, Crushing Rend, boom. And we'll bring him back into that Hydra and see how well he can perform. Total stats here, 268 speed, 321 crit damage, 6.7k defense. As you can clearly see, very similar stats to that Marius. Marius does have the better set of Merciless gear. They both don't have a relic, so we don't have that little bit of RNG there. But here, we are on equal footing now. Let's bring him back into the Hydra and see how well he performs. Again, back to Nightmare difficulty. We got 2 quick battles. Let's see if we can go the distance here. These two powerhouse defense-based damage dealers. Let's see how well they perform here versus Hydra. Going the distance, just about 1,000 turns. This time, Marius doing 200 million, Leo doing 135 million. So his damage increased by about 35% after going up to the 6-star Crushing Rend. Marius must have been dead for a little bit of time there, but he put out about 230 million in the last fight. We'll do one more quick battle since that's the last one we have for the week. And let's see if we can do a little bit better, go to distance. And it fell short again at 870-ish turns. Leo putting in 112 million damage, Marius doing 192. So overall, we can deduce that Marius obviously does more damage than Leo. Marius has multiple AoEs, of course. He has ways to get extra turns and come back into his AoEs. But I think this is a pretty favorable team for Leonardo, especially with all the buffs that we have going on here. So I would say his A3 is definitely very, very powerful in this particular team. Let's put him back into his arena build and see what he can do after getting the 6-star treatment. We're going to swap him back out into the lethal set here. And yeah, we'll go back into the arena, this time with a 6-star Crushing Rend. Blessing, 8.7k defense, 272 speed, 310 crit damage. He is juiced up. No relic. Let's go back into the arena and see how he does. I'm going to make one small change to this build here, and I'm going to add Cracking Roots. So Cracking Roots at 6 stars. Let's see if it's powerful enough to break some of these Stone Skin teams. So at 6 stars, you get 100% extra damage against Stone Skin. Is it strong enough? Even 5 stars is actually pretty good for Cracking Roots if you want to use them in this way. But yeah, let's hit some tanky teams and see how well he does. We already know that his base form can do pretty good damage. So let's set him up to break some Stone Skin. This guy's team, here we go. This guy's team is very tanky. Both of these supports have good resistance as well. I'm going to use this team here just for some additional buffs. Probably could even sub out Fabian for somebody else, to be honest. Let's go with... Let's go kind of a go second-ish team here. His team is pretty slow too, but I mean, he has at least a speed lead, so he might actually go first here. Let's check this out. 1-time speed. Okay, so we get turn meter boost. We got a ton of buffs here. And we have ally protection. Not on everybody. Let's go with the A1 here. Let's just wait a little bit, saving the heal. We want to set up the Cracking Roots hit. See if we can actually kill or break through some of the Stone Skin. All right, there is a ton of buffs out here right now. So 246, 245, 245, 245. So he's sitting at 21 buffs on his team. We got 9 here. We got 15, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So we got 24 on our side. I mean, that's a lot of damage boosting here. Let's see if we can crack the Stone Skin. So we got Stone Skin on Noelle, Stone Skin on Freya, Stone Skin on Nice. Let's see what we can do here. 1-time speed. All the Stone Skin is gone. And yeah, it actually broke through into the HP here. Really, really powerful hit. Let's see. We can heal a little bit. Doesn't really matter right now. And okay, we have the ally attack. Let's trigger Nice maybe. Double hit. Okay, that's kind of weird. A little bit weird interaction there because he has revive on death, so he doesn't transform. A little bit strange. Let's see what happens if we kill the Nice here with the A2. Okay. He doesn't transform? Strange. Okay. Let's go with the ally protection counterattack. Then we can go back into the big heal here. Sleep you. Ooh, randomly hits. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. There we go. Popped with the counterattack there. Really pretty nice. Pretty nice. Let's see if we can kill this. We need to at least stop this Noelle. Or at least try to kill this Noelle here. A1. Okay, so that's it. No nice. Should be lights out. Random hit. Yeah, it's kind of pretty nice there. Random hit. Oh man, the counterattack's popping off. Oh baby. Okay, so he has unkillable. Unfortunately, Leo doesn't go through unkillable. This was a pretty fun fight. Like this guy's team is actually really, really strong. He's one of the, he's one of the teams that actually, is playable. I think for me in the test server arena. So I've been fighting this team a lot, but I found like this team actually worked quite well against him. Leonardo hit hard enough. Cracking roots, I mean, it was strong enough to break the stone skin on the big supports here. That's really nice to see. Let's play this out again against the same team. We're just gonna A1 here. Really cool to see, actually. I mean, there's a ton of buffs up, right? This is like the craziest situation it could be in. Let's see, cracking roots. See if we can break through all the stone skin, and it does. Breaks through it easily, actually, into the health bars. Really, really nice there. Of course, we can try to kill him. Dies. Big shields. I mean, we got a pretty tanky team too. And Leo's A2 actually gets quite a bit of value. Look at this. Look at this A1 popping off. You get quite a bit of value here. Let's see what happens if we try to attack the nice here. Transforms. And then triggers the counterattack and then dies. So yeah, when Leo has all these buffs up, the only way to really stop him, you gotta strip him off, right? You gotta strip him off, especially if he has block debuffs on already. There you go, like a single A1, 62,000 hit. It's quite significant. But yeah, no issues here. I mean, for Leo, he can definitely play in a go second team. Now, I'm only showcasing him in this showcase by himself, and he's doing extremely, extremely well. Obviously, with the Ninja Turtle Unity bonus, he's going to be an absolute powerhouse. Now, whether or not all four of them together make a good team, that is yet to be seen. But him by himself, he can play as a go first nuker. He hits hard enough. You can set him up with buffs easy enough so that he can do a lot of damage and then win you the fight right away. Or you can actually play him as a go second champion as well. And he's going to have a couple opportunities to probably get an attack off, because he does, if you build him with stone skin, he also has this extra stone skin here as well. Unfortunately, it doesn't protect him against one shot, so if he dies from a single hit, he probably won't trigger this. As for the passive, I like having lasting gifts, so you get potential for a 2-turn stone skin, which is really nice. And like I said, like I didn't even get a chance to use this unity bonus, and I know this unity bonus is going to be a lot of damage for Leo, even if you just pair him with one of his turtle brothers. And we're already seeing some really, really good damage numbers from him, even from his base form. So for me, like this guy's a slam dunk solid damage dealer even by himself. But since we got Michelangelo for free, we got Donatello as a fusion, so hopefully most of you guys got Donatello as well. You guys are looking at least 2 of the bonuses here. The third one is really, really strong, because anybody on your team goes below 50%, then he's going to trigger the AoE, and then he can attack with the AoE once it's his turn. That's pretty wild. Definitely can be a go second type team if you guys want to build him out like that. That's pretty insane. And then he actually gets quite a bit of value from his A2. 4 buffs here, and obviously you protect your whole team. And then his A1 with the counterattack is actually pretty nuts. So yeah, to me, slam dunk. I love it. Leonardo's my favorite turtle, and I'm going to be doing everything I can to get this champion. I don't know how we're going to get this champion. Based on the leaked text that we got, it looked like a Plarium document, but it said that Leonardo and his 5-star soul will be available in a Hero's Path. And I did do a little bit of digging, and the past Hero's Path events with the champion and a 5-star soul available were consisting of shards and dungeon diving. So that's energy basically and shards. So make sure you guys save up all your shards. Leonardo as a void champion, obviously a very, very strong void champion. I'm actually kind of surprised that they'll offer Leonardo, but I would expect him to be quite expensive. I would say at least 20 sacred shards. I would say no concessions here from player, maybe even 25 sacred shards, maybe even more, to be honest. He's the best. If they offer him as a guarantee void legendary, he would probably be the best. He'd probably be the best void champion they've ever given away in a guarantee event. I would say that maybe even better than Narcisse, because Narcisse works extremely well with Ancora, but Leonardo also works extremely well by himself or with his brothers, probably even crazier. Anyways, you guys can let me know in the comments below if you guys believe that Leonardo would be the best not free, but guarantee void champion ever, but at what cost? It's quite expensive, obviously. 25 Sacred Shards worth of points, and if you want to do that with energy, we're talking about 50k like energy at least, I would say. So definitely need to mix in some shards there as well. But again, this is all speculation, guys. I just hope we have the opportunity to get him as a guarantee at some point. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the showcase. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about Leonardo and the builds you guys see him here today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.